What's up, it's LactateLactate, and today I'm bringing you the first episode of my new mini-series, Classes to Make You Lactate. Now, I know I've sort of been going on about this mini-series, and I've been planning to do it for a little while, but in all honesty, this is the class that I wanted to start out with, the class that's on your screen right now. It's featuring the AK47, and that therein lies the main reason why I sort of kept you waiting. Had to get to level 70 to get to the AK47, which I think I did the other night, and yeah, since I unlocked it, it's just been, oh god, it's been so much fun. So there's the class AK47 with FMJ, G18 with Red Dot, Claymore, Stun Grenade, Scavenger Pro, Stopping Power Pro, Ninja Pro, and unfortunately I've got Martyrdom on there, but you know, they make you have a death streak, so I figure Martyrdom, okay, probably with the exception of Copycat, is, you know, the less of all evils, but you know what you're going to do. I like to think I rarely get to my kill streaks, and if I do get to my kill streaks, you know, the team probably is doing something pretty shit to get me to my kill streaks and probably deserve, you know, a little bit of martyrdom. But yeah, so that's the class, and I'm going to go through and break down the video over this gameplay, which I got with it on Skidrow Demolition, which again is one of my favourite game types, sort of game type map combinations. I can have a lot of fun on here, and this class I thought was ideally suited to, like, you know, this game type and this map, so that's why I stuck it on, and luckily I got a pretty good game. I think I finished 39-3. Which could have been a lot more. I know it's not the, you know, most outrageous demolition gameplay you're ever going to see, but you know, the gameplay was quite short. I've been playing with some of my friends, my American friends. Shout out to those guys. I don't know if they'll watch this video or not, but shout out to them anyway. They're all pretty good players, so it's been making me raise my level really to get a good game. You know, everyone's sort of competing for kills. I think we had a demolition game the other day where 3 of us got over 50 kills, and I think Simon actually broke the 60 mark, and you know, it's just been like that really. So anyway, the class. Before I get into the class, actually, I just want to talk a little bit about the miniseries because it is the first episode. The reason why I'm doing this series is basically because 2 reasons. Firstly, I feel that, you know, what class you use is sort of, you know, a very big indicator of what player you are. You know, what you are, what class you use essentially. And so this way, sort of, you know, it gives you an insight into sort of player I am, what classes I like to use, and you know, anyone that wanted to play like me or whatever can sort of see how I like to set up. Secondly, you know, it's just good advice. You know, these classes are all there to sort of, you know, help you do well. They're not, you know, the most entertaining classes. They're not the classes that, you know, are gonna make machinima, you know, some guy getting 50 kills with a, you know, Magnum Akimbo or whatever like that. There's nothing like that. But they're classes that you can stick on and have a good game with, and classes that I, you know, really enjoy and have fun whilst having a good game. So anyway, onto the class now. Now, I was using the AK47, as I said, which is just a beautiful gun. It is my baby. It is my baby. I got it the other night, and since then it's just been one sort of non-stop rape on COD, to be honest. Using the FMJ attachment, generally my attachment preferences tend to be the FMJ or the extended mags. Extended mags are really good for just spray and pray, which to be honest is my style because my shot isn't, you know, the hottest. So sort of having extended mags just gives me that, you know, added sort of, you know, ammo, as it were. But FMJs I chose for this level, and generally is my preference because it just means you can shoot through walls with so much higher rate of success. I think it's 1 out of 2 bullets through a wall will hit your target, compared to something like 1 in 11 without FMJ. So it really improves you know, your ability to shoot through walls, and so, you know, being able to shoot at someone who then goes out behind cover and you can just keep on firing into them is always a benefit. You know, it's not going to be a disadvantage, is it? Secondly, you know, I do sort of use the silencer sometimes. I would like to point that out, but generally only when I'm sort of rushing or playing much more aggressive, much more attacking game style. Here I'm playing quite defensive because I'm playing with, you know, 3 or 4 guys that sort of like to rush into the spawn. So there's no real benefit in me having a silencer. It just decreases the damage, which again brings me on to my next point. One of the main strengths of this gun is it's just unbelievable damage. I think it's one of the most powerful assault rifles. It's definitely up there with the Scar and the Tar in terms of power and the FAMAS. It just drops people like you wouldn't believe. I can't really articulate how this gun, you know, just destroys guys, especially when you've got FMJ on it. So I'm using it here, and in terms of my secondary, I've got a G18 with a Red Dot. Now I'll be honest with you guys, I really, to be honest, would recommend using the Akimbo on the G18 and the Glocks because, you know, they're just beastly with that. But you know, I haven't leveled it up yet, and so I'm using Red Dot. Now I know Toast to the Ghost would definitely say, oh no, you know, silence is the way to go. And while silence is a very, you know, good attachment on the G18s, it definitely reduces recoil. I find that I need that sort of extra power, and the Red Dot sort of gives me a bit of accuracy as well. I don't know, maybe that's just my personal preference. But as I said, these are classes to make you lactate, and with a red dot, you definitely can get some sort of lactation going. Now moving on to my perks, I'm using Scavenger Pro, which, as I alluded to before, just gives you extra ammo, which is something that I need. With sort of my game style. It's also very beneficial for if you're running high kill streaks, which I am in this game. I'm running 5, 7, 11. I don't know if you noticed, but I just died on 10, which was kind of annoying. But you know what you're going to do. It's just as I said in the previous video, it's just a chance to regain your kill streaks, to get going again. So Scavenger Pro sort of helps you, have those long kill streaks, because you're not going to run out of ammo, and the Pro version of the perk just means you have more ammo at the start of your life, which is only a benefit. Stopping power, sort of a must-have really for me. I'm not a fan of lightweight. Doesn't really suit my playing style, because I said I'm quite defensive. I don't like to rush into the spawn. Hardline can be sort of fun, but I just find that I don't really need it. I don't really have too much problems getting a 5 kill streak. Although I am experimenting with a class with the Scar, FMJ and hardline, so depending on how that goes, you might be seeing a video like that coming up in the next episode of this series. And cold-blooded, again, I'm not really a fan of, because I don't know, cold-blooded you rarely see, to be honest. I swear the only time I ever run into anyone with cold-blooded is when there's a UAV up. When there's a UAV up, I can't not run into a guy with cold-blooded who just catches me off guard. I swear they just, they sit in a corner, and then UAV goes up and they just come out to play and just get you. Very annoying, but that's just my little rant of the day. And danger close, well, I'm obviously not going to use danger close, because I'm not quite. Finally, my final green perk is Ninja Pro, which I've said before in a previous video. Just gives you the added benefit of not only making you silent, but making, therefore, your enemies louder. I'm sort of working on getting Sit-Rep Pro at the moment, but Sit-Rep Pro, man, is probably the toughest Pro perk to get. Who thought that getting 120 equipment kills would be possible? I don't really know. It takes a bloody long time to get there, and yeah, they just run together to get my Harrier. Not that my Harrier did anything, as usual. I had to sort of work for it, but what are you going to do? In terms of my equipment, I'm using the Claymore, which again, combined with Scavenger, is just beautiful, especially on a little map like this where everything's sort of close quarters. There's a lot of doorways to run through. Just laying Claymores here, there and everywhere. I don't like to sit in a room and just lay a Claymore, but I'm going to lay a Claymore, to cover my back. And it just generally it means that I'm not going to get caught out as much, and it just adds a few kills. As you've seen this through this video, I've just got the occasional kill of the Claymore, which has really helped me towards my kill streak, and just sort of an extra kill that I wouldn't have had otherwise. So definitely would recommend using that, especially if you're a bit more of a beginner player, and maybe your Semtex arm isn't the best, or maybe you just need that bit of extra protection. It's really helpful. As for stun, the reason why I'm using that as my special grenade is pretty much down to 2 reasons. You have, I think it's a quicker animation than a flash, so therefore you can throw it faster, which is obviously a good thing if you get back to the corner a little bit. And it also, if you throw it close enough, it flashes and blinds the opponent as well. So you sort of get 2 for the price of 1, really, and it's sort of a bit of a no-brainer. Smoke can be fun, but I generally just like to stick with stuns. So a little bit about the gameplay, because I have talked about my class a lot. Obviously I would, that's the whole point of the video. But I'm sort of playing it cool right now, because we've got a UAV up, and also I really want to get to my kill streak. After dying on 10, I feel like I have to get this chopper gunner. So I decided to go in here and see there's a guy coming around behind, and I think, yep, oh, painkiller. He takes a big painkiller, but it's all good. I managed to get it. So I decided not to stay in there, because I want to run out and see if I can get some more kills, and I know they're going to come through there and obviously just get shot. What are you going to do? Going to my chopper gunner now, and forget once again, I've been playing the whole game on medium, because I always forget to turn it back up. I've really been trying, but I just can't not do it. I think I'm just going to stay on medium. I think it's just going to have to be that way. I know it's slow, I know it's a bit noobish, whatever, but it's just destiny. And what my chopper gunner pilot's doing right now, flying me to the other spawn, almost crashing into the wall. I actually thought I was going to crash when I was in the chopper gunner. But it sort of comes good. He does me good in the end. This kill streak actually reminded me a little bit of the one I had on Afghan, my last post, my most recent post. And I just sort of got lucky enough to land on their spawn. And for some reason they kept running out, just kept saying hello, and if you're going to keep running out, I'm going to keep killing you, basically. Anyway, so the video's sort of wrapping up now. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope that was informative. You might have learned a little bit something about the AK, other than the fact that I completely bum it, and a little bit more about what sort of games I like to play. should be another episode of this mini-series coming up in the next week or so. I'm not going to give myself too much pressure. Anyway, hope you enjoyed it. Final score 39-3. Again, quite a short team deathmatch, but you know, it's a pretty good score nonetheless. Anyway, I'll see you later. Bye.